Welcome to the Life Unscripted podcast, where we have an unscripted conversation about life, love, and building the relationship of your dreams. I'm Jake, and with me is Brittany, my wife. We are the Lagrassos, and we are so excited to share with you what we have been up to.
So, really quickly, format of this podcast is it's unscripted. Welcome to Life Unscripted. So, really, this is going to be a one take. There's going to be no editing. So, if there's ands, ers,
I
there's going to be
completely
some
lie.
banter. You're not going to lie on camera.
No.
You actually don't lie in general, but there's going to be some banter. We really just wanted it to be a raw, unfiltered, unscripted conversation about dating, marriage, etc. Today is actually our anniversary. Welcome to
Tree.
our wedding tree. When we got married, obviously right before Christmas, and my mom for Christmas, our first married Christmas, which was 3 days after we got married, she made us little ornaments, and so every year we put this up. And what
The ornaments are pictures from our wedding.
Yes, what better decor for this first episode than our little wedding tree?
Yes.
So, anyways, happy
Yes,
anniversary.
that's-
Happy anniversary.
Yeah.
So this is an unscripted podcast. We will be posting weekly, so it's a video format. If you are watching, hello, look at our cute faces. Or if you're just listening on audio, we are more than happy to be the passengers in your seat while you're driving. I love
The
podcasting
passengers in the car, not the seat.
oh yeah, that. Anyways, I love podcasting while I'm driving, while I'm actually grocery shopping by myself, while I'm working out. Anyways, wherever you're listening, watching, we are your friends and we're here for you.
John Maxwell.
Yes, yes. If anyone listens to John Maxwell, he always says, "My name is John. I am your friend."
That's what he said.
But yeah, we're here, we're in your corner. So that's the nutshell of this podcast. Our first episode that will feature on a Monday, that will actually go live on a Monday, is January 1st. But we wanted to introduce and kick this baby off on our anniversary. So
Yes.
with that, babe.
So today we're going to talk about a little bit about why we're doing this podcast. We're going to talk a little bit about our story, and then really two things we see as necessary to build the relationship of your dreams, right?
Yeah.
And so, as far as the why behind this podcast, ultimately, God was very gracious enough to surround us with some amazing people, our parents, our a lot of loved ones around us. But then outside of that, just people that chose to pour into us. We oftentimes sought mentorship. We sought counsel from a lot of amazing, people who we knew or walking the walk who had a good marriage, because that's something we wanted. We had seen so many people from different areas of life, church,
Yeah.
work, whatever,
Just living through a lot of dysfunction,
yeah,
really.
going through dysfunction, getting divorced, and we know that that's just a hard process, right? That grieves us to see. You don't get married with the intent to get divorced.
Yeah, I mean, my biological parents, split up when I was 3, and my mom and my stepdad, got together when I was 3, and he's really filled the role of a father figure in my life. So I don't even consider him my stepdad. I don't consider my siblings like my half siblings. He really stepped in to be a father figure in my life. He and my mom have an incredible marriage, and so I still at 27 struggle with some of the things coming from a divorced home. There are, other family members that I have contact with during the holidays or big events and life changes. And so I knew I didn't want that for my family or my future marriage. And so when Jake and I started dating in high school, we're high school sweethearts, we we saw, oh my gosh, don't even do stop. I cannot believe you did that. Anyways, we really wanted the best relationship that we could possibly have, because we saw it was possible from people who we admired, but we also saw the flip side of what happens when you don't take care of your relationship, when you don't water your own grass. There were people who, we super close people to me, who we thought they were invincible, like they were untouchable, and they ended up not making it. And so that really just opened up our eyes as a couple, individually and as a couple, that we wanted to do the work and put in the hours and the effort to make our relationship work, because relationships are hard. If you are with another human, I mean, there's a lot going on between these 2 ears of mine, much less another person. So trying to make all of that work and have a happy life it can be work. And I'm not saying it's hard. I never want you to ever think that the first year of marriage is hard. Whoever coined that term, just stop. Just stop telling that to people. We heard it our first year of marriage. And
First year's the hardest.
yeah, but no, our first year
Guess
was
what
the
our first
most
year
fun.
was? COVID.
2020. We got married December 2019.
And we made it the best.
Yeah, and we made it. It was so fun. It was like an endless sleepover with my best friend. I knew it was going to be an endless sleepover. I just didn't know I was going to like not have the option to leave my house.
Yep.
Anyways,
That's a
so
different story.
that's a nutshell of what this podcast is, why it exists. I truly just believe that, you know, who you surround yourself, Tony Robbins says it, proximity is power. So we want to be an encouragement to you. We want to be a voice in your life, whether you're in a single season and you're working on yourself, figuring out what you want in that next partner. If you're in a relationship, if you're seriously dating, engaged, or married, if you're in a rough spot, like we want to be able to breathe life into you. Whatever it is that you want us to talk about, we're game.
And the flip side of that is with that amazing community that God has surrounded us with, we're going to be bringing in a lot of
Yeah.
amazing speakers.
I'm excited for the
Couples.
ones that are coming on.
I know. Yeah. So
It's gonna be good.
it's going to be really exciting. So all that being said, our story,
Do you want
Brittany already
to
mentioned it. I'm just curious though, before we start, what was the Wildcat? No, Wildcats?
Wolverines?
Awkward. High School Musical. Anyway.
Okay. First of all, we just got done going through a bunch of mementos, and I found so many high school shirts and things. And
I don't love going through mementos personally because we were also like cleaning, and so it can be rather distracting.
I don't know. I love going down memory lane because I find old pictures of us. I found like my corsages from prom when we went my prom, your prom. See, like I love mementos like that because it's like, oh, look how far we've come. Anyways, so
What was
this
the
is
Wolverine hand signal? That's where I was going.
we didn't have one.
You don't have like a scratch or anything?
Maybe we did.
Like, what do you like in the fourth quarter of the game? You go like, ah.
I don't know. I was cheering. I was holding pom poms.
Okay.
Anyways, so
What little
this
just
is all the banter you're gonna get because this is unscripted. I had no idea this was gonna come out of him. Anyway, so we are high school sweethearts. I will say we'll just start. Not that there's an elephant in the room because there's not. But I am 9 months. I'm 9 months older, which meant in high school I was a grade older than Jake, and we.
Cradle Robert.
Yeah, okay, because 9 months makes a whole big difference. It is a good thing though that we went to different schools because I don't think senior Brittany would have dated junior Jake if we went to the same school.
Junior Jake.
Junior Jake.
It was like a nickname.
Jake.
I was General Jake in kids ministry at one point.
Yes. Anyways, so we met at youth group at church. If you have not figured out, I'm super extroverted, like extremely extroverted with like 1,500 exclamation points.
The best thing for Brittany would be a room full of people she doesn't know.
Yeah, I thrive in that. Anyways, so in high school, I was part of the team that welcomed new faces, new friends. I made everyone feel at home, welcome. So insert Jake.
New guy, high school athlete. Wore some tight shirts.
Okay. All right. Your shirts were not tight at all.
Yeah,
Anyways,
100% were. But
he joined our youth group. We started serving side by side together and became friends. We were great friends, and I was looking for a prom date my senior year because I had an interesting homecoming date, and so I didn't want to repeat the process for prom. So, with the help of our leaders that we did not even really ask or employ for help, we got cornered. We were serving at an Easter production and we got cornered into going as dates together. We went as dates. And then I was doing an internship after high school. I didn't really want to date. We're not gonna
trying to like get her to sign the dotted line. before
Yeah,
she left.
no. Anyways, that didn't pan out how I wanted to. We kind of talked.
Well, you had a great mix.
things weren't an item or an item, not an item. When I left, I was gone 4 months, and I came back, and then we started dating.
Okay. I didn't know what we were going for because there's technically a while before we started dating when you got back.
Oh well, you can explain that.
This is going to be we're not going to get into the weeds here, but bottom line is
My dad was not ready for his
Yes,
firstborn
Brittany's
to
dad.
have a boyfriend.
yes. And so we had several conversations about it. Eventually won him over. He loves me now. And so anyway, so Brittany comes back from Colorado. We end up going to Dallas Baptist together, go to college together. And then we had a slight break after freshman year.
I was a little bit confused, ladies, if you're listening, if you're in college or not. Just timing is everything. This is a life lesson. I poorly decided to break up with Jake during finals week. Not a great time to break someone's heart.
Also because, and I'm sure you're about to say this, but I'm going to jump in because finals week is after you plan your schedule for the following year.
Oh yeah, you planned
And
your
so
schedule like
we
way
planned our
before
schedule
finals.
because we're dating and so in love. We planned our schedule with every class, as many classes together
Every
as
class but
possible.
one. So anyway, so I break up with him right before finals, and that was awkward because we had the same friend group, we went to the same church, we were on all the same classes, we did all the same things, and I was like, and I used the cheesy line, God has something better or something for me. Like
God told
this
me.
is no, I didn't say God told me. I just said like I feel like this like
I don't remember what you said.
at the end of the day, I felt like I was idolizing our relationship and just
There's a lot of uncertainty.
there was a lot of uncertainty between my 2 years. So ended things super awkward because I said we ran in the same circles. Like church, our younger siblings were friends. That was awkward. And anyways, so break, fast forward. We are now in the fall semester of taking all of our classes together that we signed up for.
And she realizes how much she's missing out on the complete package over here. So
Yeah, no, that's not exactly how
that's not exactly how it went. But she did.
I needed some help with accounting, so I employed his help.
And we're gonna not go into every detail, so we're gonna move this story along.
Yes, we'll move it
So
along.
we ended up getting back together in October
Yeah,
of
October
20, I don't know, October
16.
16, and then in November,
No, I
it was
think like
later October.
next week.
It was very soon after Brittany
I
found
found
out,
out my family was moving to Japan.
and they wanted her to go along. And
Yeah,
so,
I wasn't gonna let my family go.
and so, longish story shortish, she ended up going to Japan. She was there for 18 months.
It was supposed to be 6 months, and then it was
Kept
18
extending.
together.
She did come back every few months, and then I went there for one stint in the hottest month of the year there,
Yeah, poor thing.
and it was a lot of fun. And so,
In
anyway,
long distance, we learned really like the work it took to make a relationship work. Communication skills. I mean, we had to communicate when we were going to talk, putting FaceTime dates on the schedule. Sometimes I would take Jake along with
14
me.
or 15-hour time difference.
Yeah, so he would be going to no, I would be going to sleep and you'd be waking up.
I mean, it's pretty
Pretty much. It was like opposite schedules
There
completely.
were like a couple hours overlapped, I think, when I woke up.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But other than that, I mean, we did that, and then when we came home, we pretty much got engaged within a couple months, and then married a couple months after that. So
Lots more stories we could share about that.
Japan was definitely the catalyst of, I came home and I knew I wanted to marry Jake. So
Yeah. And for the record,
I don't recommend long distance to everyone. It does take. I mean, we had a foundation first. We had dated for a year
I don't make
and
it
a
worth
month
it.
before.
But
Yeah,
I
but
knew, if I may,
go ahead.
I knew that I didn't want to miss an opportunity to pursue Brittany. I knew that she was wifey material, as they say, and wife material. That's what we said back in the day.
I don't know.
Anyway, regardless, I knew that she was somebody worth pursuing, and if I had a shot at a relationship with her, I was going to chase it as long as
Shoot your shot, man.
it didn't become weird. And so, and so, yeah, we ended up getting married, and here we are today.
Yeah.
All right, we talked about format. We talked about format.
Yeah.
Talked about our story.
Yep.
And so, our two encouragements that we will leave y'all with today. I'll start, and you can hop in.
Yeah.
As I mentioned already, we alluded to this, but God was gracious to surround us with so many amazing couples, so many people who are willing to pour into us, and people who are willing to, have us over their house, do life
Yeah.
with us, and allow us to experience, give us an inside view into what was to come in life and marriage and things that you need to work on. And we sought that out. We ended up asking people to be our mentors. We were going to marriage conferences while we were dating, right? And so we really had a passion for doing this thing right. We knew that divorce was not an option
Yeah.
for us, and we were going to chase this and having a healthy, functioning, thriving marriage, no matter the cost. And so, the first piece that we would say is definitely to pursue an opportunity, pursue couples podcasts, pursue growth really in your
Yeah.
relationship, because it is possible to have that relationship of your dreams, regardless of where you are now. There is an opportunity, and there is an opportunity for change.
Yeah, I would say too, obviously, it does take two parties wanting to make it work. And you can do the work on yourself. And like if there is any dysfunction or anything like that, you can do the work on yourself and your partner can see that and rise to the occasion or not. And then you can decide and reassess where your relationship's at. But my encouragement to you guys is really don't don't think that it's too early or too late or too this or that to start. Do not even start playing the comparison game. If you want change in your relationship, if you want to better your relationship, do it anyways. Like pick up the book if something makes you curious. If there is a topic that you want to grow in, if there are people you see that you want to follow, podcasts like this that you want to listen to, like just listen. Just feed yourself the growth that you want, because it's never too early or too late to start something. I mean, we went to 7 weeks after we got married, we went to a marriage conference and people were floored that we were even there, because I think so many people wait till they're in crisis mode to even pull information to them. And what we wanted was, we really wanted to have as many tools in our toolbox as possible so that when a breakdown happened, we knew what to do.
It's just like with a car. I mean, maintenance is always way more cheap, way more efficient than having an emergency, right? It's better to.
Don't even get started on the
Yeah,
car.
we have had so many car issues.
Tires.
Not even emergency too. We do maintenance, and
Yes.
it's still expensive.
Yes.
And so, regardless,
Just take care of your relationship and you will have the results that you want. But if you just let it go to the wayside, if you get complacent, if you just stop appreciating your partner for who they are in your life and what gave you the googly eyes to begin with, then yeah, it's gonna definitely be a roller coaster.
yeah. And then the other part of that, the flip side of that, is having a curiosity. So Brittany's family has been very immersed. That's the word. Immersed in personal growth and development, and a lot of that, just really. There's so much that goes into it. I'm not going to get into it, but personal growth and development. And one of the first meetings I attended with them, conferences, speaking engagements, they talked about what you know what you don't know. So I don't know. I know that I don't know a whole lot of physics stuff, right? I
Yeah.
know I don't know a lot of engineering stuff. But there's things I don't know that I don't know. Like I'm sure, again, keeping an engineering line, they have a whole world that I'm not aware of, right? They
Yeah.
have a whole language, they have a whole equation system. I don't know. It's not my realm. But there's a whole world of things that you don't know that you don't know. And a lot of times that can be our relationships too. A lot of times we can think that we're stuck, that this is the best it's going to be, that this is just, this is how it was for my family, so this is how it's going to be for me.
Or you don't even know why, like, things just aren't feeling right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a outside perspective, like a third party, to look at your picture, and maybe that's counseling or coaching or reading a book that opens up your mind to something else.
Books, podcasts,
Yeah.
resources. Point being, having that curiosity to say, well, what could this be?
Yeah.
Right? What could our relationship turn into?
Yeah.
What could our dream look like? What does our dream life look like?
Yeah.
And so we were able to go through a lot of those practices and exercises, and it really shifted the direction of our marriage.
Yeah, I mean, we'll share all those resources in time, but this podcast is really what, our heart to pour out to you guys, what we've learned over the years. And like Jake mentioned, we'll bring on guests to this. We will be talking about all things relating dating, relationships, marriage, long distance. We will have episodes specifically on that because we have done extreme long distance. Like I think the most you could possibly do. Most people do long distance for college, like I'm a state away or like 3 hour drive away. Like
Couple-hour drive.
we like upped the ante and we went like 15-hour plane ride, like crazy. So
But each of those situations can be challenging.
yes, and all of that boils to communication, priority, and we will get into all of that later. But this is the heart for our podcast. We are so excited for it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, make sure you follow us. We are at the LaGrossos on Instagram and Facebook. You can review this if you want to review this intro episode. Follow, make sure you put on your notifications, share this with a friend or your partner or anybody you think this would be helpful for, and look out for our next episode on Monday the 1st. I cannot believe it's going to be 2024. That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Anyways,
We are super excited. We love y'all. We can't wait to continue to grow our impact, and really just share the things that God has shown us.
Yeah.
And shown a lot of other people that we know. So that's going to be cool. Love y'all.
We're excited.
Have
We'll
a great
see
one.
y'all on the 1st.